came down here to experience it. So the 0 into the 1 is your human germination self. But then also you are Neo, right? Red and blue pill. So when you do take the red pill, then essentially you break out of the matrix, which is you being a soul being or you being in your higher self. And remember, your higher self is just the knowledge or the gnosis, the self-love, right? Or the self-knowledge of self or your knowing. And that's all we're running back to, is getting to our knowing, right? So the human keeps you in this anxiety, stressful, worried, fearful state, the root chakra. So essentially, the shame, the guilt, the apathy, the grief, the fear is all low vibrational energies that doesn't serve us. And if our consciousness is sitting in this lower space, essentially we're not ourselves. Start moving up the chart, you get to the love, the joy, the peace, the enlightenment, so we just want to understand to the core, right, that we must put stock in our energy first, because then the world will start to capitulate to you. You make the world your bitch. That's Panic would quote it. So again, I just want to encourage the family to understand that to the core, that we have the power to change our energy by doing the spiritual work, which will then move us into more enlightened state. And that enlightened state will then carry out our world accordingly. You don't have to, but the problem is the two eyes be so strong on us that, you know what I'm saying, the earth realm be messing us up and throwing us back into the earth. But if we stay the course, this 2026 in the 0 and 1 time, essentially we can move into a new energy body, and that energy body will become our new found walk of life. So then, you know how you kind of see people and you be like, damn, that shit come natural to them. Well, yeah, because they're in a particular state, in a particular energy state of loving on themselves, understanding themselves. Go watch Ali Sadiq and his particular stand-ups, right? He's just having a real holistic conversation because he's basically done the work through his Muslim practices of tapping into himself. So he's able to tell the stories and kind of flow into a particular lesson for the family based off of his energy. His energy is enlivened. Throughout the diaspora, darker peoples of the world refer to God as a female. Get it on, you know that's true, nigga. But I ain't looking at your goofy looking ass, boy. What? You think females looking at? Well, you know, females be crushing on niggas too. You feel me? But then you see the females, you be like, God damn, I was crushing on D-Ray yesterday and the whole day and today. Shit, God damn, you know my shit be, I be fucking me up. So you know how that go, man. Like female beauty is a huge thing. You be like, damn. Like, what is that? It's like you feel brand new every day looking at your female. Like, damn, it's a new world I'm in. Oh shit, the next day. Wow. So it is a beautiful thing, man. And especially if it's not looked at through the root chakra, through this lustful space. You feel me? You admire somebody's beauty, and females can have this sense of beauty by not being overzealous or, you know, super sexual in nature. It's energy that they resonate with, and that energy is like magnetic. You just like stare, like, wow, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what? So, you know what I'm saying? That's a real thing. Darker peoples of the world refer to God as a female. Not only are ancient definitions of a god a woman, but they refer to her as a black woman. Well, we know that, yeah. There are many creation stories that are based on African spirituality, otherwise known as metaphysics. All come with the same concepts. They just have different stories to illustrate the science. Here's one according to master teacher, Dr. Phil Valentine. So we know that T.C. Carrier is a student of Dr. Phil Valentine, which obviously all of us are, because Phil is the oracle of this thing. And I hate when I see people hating on Phil. It'd be the craziest thing. Like, nigga, Sanchez, shut your ass up. What are you doing? God damn. I mean, you can challenge somebody's work, but don't challenge just look at the man and his integrity and his spirit. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have no vicious or he's not, out to scam you with his word. With like, hey, look me. You know what I'm saying? Even when Phil was younger, he never was on that time. He was a kid out of New York that found the information and gravitated towards it heavy, and it was a energetic pull on him, and he just ran it. Same thing with Bobby. Feel me? So, you gotta be able to look at energy, not like, oh, this nigga is wrong and he is some full of shit. Like, no, you look at energy, you feel me? And that's all we can do. Here's one according to teacher Dr. Phil Valentine. I paraphrase. One day, God was sitting around pondering over how perfect she was. Yep. Inevitably, God got bored in her perfection. There was nothing for God to improve on or work on, nothing for God to keep busy in the state of perfection. God had nothing to contemplate about. She was perfect. So, in a perfectly boring bliss, God wanted to have an experience outside of herself. She did this by creating the material universe or physical dimension as we know it. God then separated herself. She called one part feminine and the other part masculine. She did this so that she could acknowledge, embrace, and appreciate both aspects of herself. Thus, the male and female principle of energy was born. Okay, so the story of Sophia is just based off of the aspects of feelings and being in tune with yourself and being in tune in this particular material world. So you know what I'm saying? When Sophia came down to the earth realm, essentially she wanted to understand herself from this human level and understand what pain feels like, what hurt feels like, what love feels like, and what all these different energies, lust, envy, all of these particular things. It's you putting yourself in, which we talked about a million times, right? It's you putting yourself in a cosmic school. The Mahabharatas, the Hindu mythologies, the all the Asian mythologies, the African spiritual science mythology, all of them are speaking the same thing. So again, when I'm saying we're here to learn, you have to sometimes force yourself to be uncomfortable and feel that pain. Because again, the government is just trying to control you and put you in a comfortable state so you won't benefit from it. So you just stay docile and stay at bay. But we didn't come down here to just stay at bay. We came down here to feel and understand. So even melanated people, we take stuff so much to heart that we can't see ourselves past the emotional struggle of some of these opportunities. Let's say you take a loss in a business opportunity. I'm never doing that again. Oh, nope, I'm done. Hell no, I ain't doing that again, right? And that moment is actually a teachable moment for you to say, okay, I see what I did there, or to learn something about the experience that you didn't understand before that actually helps not only your human, but your soul. Message. Because again, part of why we came down here is to have this dynamic relationship with people as well. You feel me? That's why you're split up in masculine and feminine energies, to understand that feminine side of you and the aspect of social building, and then also to people understanding the masculine side with the feminine, right? Cool. But we got to understand that if you're hiding and being a shell of yourself, right, and essentially you're not having your soul's experience or your purpose driven journey, because again, you came down here to try. And as long as you're trying and saying, you know what, it's gonna hurt, but so what, I'm gonna do it anyway. Just know that when you go to sleep and you rejuvenate yourself or regenerate yourself, essentially you're starting anew, you're starting over. So that day of hurt might be that painful in that particular moment, but when you go to sleep and regenerate yourself, you feel like shit, I accomplished something. You feel accomplished, and you'll feel damn near like it never even happened. You feel me? Because you'll remember the feeling, but now it's a lesson. So the 40-day fast, I don't remember necessarily the days like, oh, I was feeling so bad. And so, you feel me? Because you're not in that space right now. But I appreciate the time and I understand it for what it was and how it made my energy move. Not saying I'll do a 40-day fast, because I wouldn't recommend that. I'm just manic, like, I was just insane like that. But challenge yourself, hit a day fast. You feel me? Intermittent fast till 4 o'clock every day this year, right? You feel me? Like, let's challenge ourselves and feel that pain body. When the pain comes up, just understand that it's good. It's good for you. It's like, oh, okay, this is actually helping me. So how do we tripwire ourselves into understand that that pain is actually killing off a self that no longer serves you? How do we tripwire ourselves in that?